Hello, 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 hello. Should go light or no light? No light. We'll go no light. Every time I go on one of these lives, I always happen to be drinking In and Out. Or the pink lemonade, to be more exact, but it's all good. What's going on, Naldo? How are you? Did I say that? Is it Naldo or N Aldo? Is Aldo your last name? So that's cool. We like the N's over here. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm feeling real good. I've been testing the 2 fragrances I talked about to you all in that first impressions video, and I'm loving Molecule 1 a lot, especially in the warm weather. That thing is doing so good. If you haven't seen my video yet, go check that out. I did an individual video on Molecule 1, and it's a fairly affordable fragrance too, especially for the price point for niche scents that we've talked about that are over 200. Like, it's like $85, but that's not even including the discount on my link. You know what I mean? When you do it at checkout, I think it's like, well, if it's your first purchase, it's like minus $15, and then there's another discount. So it's fire. Hi, Jeff. How are you? I haven't tried Herba Pura yet, but I really want to because so many people have been telling me it's amazing. Jamie, hi. Hi, Jamie. Let me see if I can put this thing down just a little bit. I feel like I'm looking up at the camera. You guys tell me if it's all good. I own Molecule 1 and I never wear it. I don't know why. Send it through. Send it over. I know a gal that would love to have it, and her name rhymes with Alyssa. But I think, well, do you live in warm weather? Do you live where it's typically cold? Do you have all 4 seasons? Because I don't know if I would pull for Molecule 1 in the winter or the fall where I'm at, you know, but definitely for what's going on here, like 70s to 90s, and during the summertime, it'll hit the hundreds. Like, it's gonna work out really, really nicely. What is going on? How are you? Napalm. Real good. Had a productive day at work, rocking Naxos this cool day. I love that. And by the way, I received a fragrance from one of my subscribers, Michael. Shout out, Michael. And he gave me a bottle of L'Homme Ideal EDT, or is it the cologne? I'm trying to read it from here, but I'll do the unboxing of that tomorrow. John, yeah, I've not spoken much about Encre Noir. Did you not like it? I haven't even really tested it yet, just because it's been warm, you know, and that's like a really heavy fragrance, and I've been going out a lot, so I don't want to be like testing a heavy smoky scent while it's hot outside. That's just, but like on the days that I'll stay in, then sure, I will give that one a shot. You're in Pennsylvania, we get everything. Okay. I know that it's definitely colder in Pennsylvania than it is in SoCal, but yeah, I mean, if you don't want that Molecule 1 bottle anymore and you're like, damn, I should just throw this away, just know that I'm here for you, okay? Just know that I'm here. Any recommendations for warm weather date night? Warm weather date night, well, like humid at nighttime too? Or are you just talking about like how in Florida at night it could still, well, Lanui would still work really well with that. I still think everything that I've mentioned for summer nights, like Leighton would do really good, Lanui would do really good, those really mass appealing scents. I don't know about the heavy ones though, like, actually, no, I wouldn't do Rosala. I wouldn't do Rosala during warm weather, even if it's a date night. Like cool weather and Rosala will hit different and better in my opinion. Let's see. Hi, babe. I miss you. Hi, Austin. I got 5 fragrances today. Can I get your feedback on them? What scents did you get? Hi, Pamela. How are you? I have no clue how to pronounce my username either. So you could just call me Andrew. Did you just come up with a bunch of different letters? Okay, that's cool. Today hasn't been the greatest, but honestly, this live is cheering me up a lot. Wow, that's sweet. Man, Andrew, you're sweet. Thanks, bro. I'm in Texas, so a little humid, but I'm moving to California soon, so I guess dry, warm weather works too. Yeah, well, my girlfriend really loves Carlisle and Tuxedo on me. But I want to see if I can recommend others. You know what I love is 8 and Bob Egypt. Egypt is a really, really nice scent. It's a bit spicy, but there's a sexiness to it. Some people are reminded of Obsession by CK with that fragrance, but it didn't really come to my mind until people repeatedly kept saying that. But I love it. I love it. I have tried Musk Therapy by Anicio, and to be honest, I didn't really care for it. And I didn't care for what the Vibrations one and Absolute Aphrodisiac. Those three from Anicio, I didn't really like as much. Let's see. I have smelled Sauvage Elixir, and the one thing I give it is that it's super long lasting. And it is, if you love Dior Sauvage and you just want a different take, then go ahead and get the Elixir because it's going to last a long time. But if you're asking if I actually like it a lot, it's okay. I did like the dry down of it because it was on my sweater for 3 weeks. Like, and that was after like multiple washes from that sweater. And then just randomly one day I was like, oh man, this smells good right here. And I enjoyed it. I was like, oh damn, do I like this? Yeah, I like it. But I don't know, when I was actually wearing the fragrance, didn't really care about it. I know that sounds weird, but it's quite the experience. I recommend you try Tiger by Bulgari. I'm down. And Sarah Soleil. Haven't tried that one. Mansera Hindu Kush. Haven't tried that one. Mont Blanc Explorer. I've only tried the Explorer, not the Ultra Blue Flanker. Or are you talking about Polo Ultra Blue? The Explorer, honestly, Mont Blanc Explorer, good but forgettable in my opinion. I didn't really care too much about it. I know that when I smelled it, I was like, oh, it's nice, but not really like, oh wow, that's so good, you know. Mont Blanc Legend Spirit I think is great, especially for its price point. And Club de Nuit Intense Man is solid. Let's see, you guys like Scent Split? I wish that Scent Split came through good for me, but it just, the 2 times that I've used it and the 6 fragrances I've tried from it, they were like leaking. And I'm just torn with that experience. Ooh, Greenlee, Sedley Percival. So I've only tried Sedley, but my subscriber Michael also sent a couple samples along with that L'Homme Guerlain fragrance, or L'Homme Ideal fragrance from Guerlain that I mentioned earlier. So he sent over Greenlee, and I'll test that tomorrow. Scent Split took forever. It did, didn't it? It took weeks, babe. It took weeks. Let's see. Macy's had a fragrance sale yesterday. Ooh, nice, nice, nice. Okay. No Explorer Blue is a flanker. Okay, it's 50-50 between people loving it and thinking it's the most boring blue fragrance ever. Interesting. Well, you know what? Sometimes when fragrances are boring, they're very mass appealing, you know? And all that matters is that you enjoy wearing it and you feel good when you wear it. And if you get it for a great rate, then that is amazing. So if you love it, rock the shit out of it. That's what I always say. Okay, let's see. I was worried, but I'm definitely going to go through with the purchase then. Okay, sweet. Opinion on CDG fragrance. What's CDG? What is CDG? Victor. Let me guess, wait. CDG. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I'm not sure what that is. But give me one of the fragrances. Or not give me one of your fragrances, but the name of the fragrance that you're referring to. Would you recommend Naxos as a daily wear signature scent in Jamaica? Au Comme des Garçons. I haven't tried anything from them. But you know what, for the signature scent in Jamaica, if it's humid, I've never been to Jamaica. If it's warm there, though, I wouldn't recommend Naxos as your signature scent because it can get very sweet. It's definitely more of a nighttime sort of fragrance. So you can wear it at nighttime, but wearing it in the high heat and in the humidity is going to make the people around you and even yourself kind of nauseous with the fragrance. So that I don't recommend, because even right now I have Kajal Homme 2 on this wrist. And in that first impression video, I was like, oh, you know what? I feel like this is still fresh and versatile for warm weather, not hot weather, but warm weather. And today it was around like, I think when I went out, it was like 75 or was it 80? I can't even remember. like maybe 75-ish. We're gonna stay on the low side and say 75. And I was like, oh, this is getting a bit too sweet. So even things that seem fresh and sweet, and then you live in a really in a humid, warm area, just kind of, I wouldn't wear Kajal Om 2 as a signature scent in the weather that I have right now. Like if it was 60s, 70s, then yeah. I usually do 5 sprays, but it depends on the fragrance. Like I did about 9 sprays of Molecule 1 today. I did 5 in the first video, or maybe 8. And then I did another video about just focused on that fragrance, and I applied another 3. So I really like it. What are you thinking about the new Leighton batch? I don't know about the new Leighton batch, actually, because, well, I've tried 3 Leightons, and they've all smelled exactly the same. The last time I smelled a Leighton in Nordstrom was last year, October 2021, and it was good. It was long-lasting. This isn't a fragrance question. Okay, cool. But what did you order from In-N-Out? So this was a drink from yesterday, but this is a pink lemonade, and I get a cheeseburger with grilled onions and chopped chilies. I love that. And to be honest, there was quite a long time how long was that? It was months, maybe even a couple years where I didn't eat In-N-Out just because I used to eat it so much in high school, and then even like some in college. But like now again, I'm like, oh damn, like it's just hitting. You know what I mean? It's just like I'm coming back to it again. All right. What's the 3 to 5 best high heat fragrances for the Philippines? There's so many. Literally, I can't even... I love Molecule 1 right now with me wearing it. Light Blue Intense by Dolce & Gabbana is really good. I know I love Elysium. Those are all personal preferences, though. But literally any fresh and clean scent. If it's citrusy, it'll work well in the Philippines. I haven't tried Lip Parfum, Y Lip Parfum, but I do like the EDP concentration over the EDT, definitely. You know, John, I've been wanting to try some Goldfield and Banks fragrances. Pacific Rock Moss being the main one I want to try. And also, is it Silky Woods? Silky Woods, and then there was like a lime fragrance. And I was like, oh, lime, that's interesting. I love lime. Okay. Let's see. Jack in the Box is better. Stop it. Anyone tried any Electimus fragrances? I have. I've tried 2. They're down here. Imperial or Imperium, yeah, and Mercurial Cashmere. I much rather prefer Imperium, but I still wasn't too crazy about that fragrance, you know. So I don't like Le Parfum, regret buying it. Oh man, it's okay. Did you blind buy it, or did it catfish you, where you tried it at like Sephora and you liked the opening and you ended up buying it, and then during the dry down you're like, fuck, you know. Try the new Armani Acqua di Gio EDP. Okay. What are your thoughts on Profundo, if you've tried it? I've only tried Profumo. And for me, Profumo is definitely like a dad scent. Like that's something I would get for my father. But yeah, to be honest, even the original Acqua di Gio, I'm not crazy about either. Haven't really tried anything from the masculine side of Armani. Well, you know what's stronger with you, but that's Emporio Armani. But yeah, the Acqua di Gios, no, but I like Acqua di Gioia, like the feminine one. That one's really nice. I love that. Great scent. Please try mixing Rehab and Side Effect. It's the combo for going out. Okay, I'm down. Ralph's Club, no. Wait, or is that... No, I was thinking Sam's Club. You're talking about Ralph Lauren Club. I haven't tried that. I was like, no, I don't have Sam's Club over here. You catfished it. Oof, oversprayed it one time, and now the smell kind of bothers me. I get you. I haven't. Well, have I had that kind of experience? I haven't had that experience where I smelled it in a store, then I bought it in that store, then regretted it. It's mainly been like I'll have a honeymoon phase with a fragrance, like with Alexandria too, and then I'm like, fuck, I don't like this, you know? So that's what happened with me. But I feel like it sucks when it's like, when it happens a couple weeks later and you're like, oh, you know? But I get you. I haven't tried Amouage in Clav. It's a mint scent. And you know what? To be totally honest with you, all of the Amouage fragrances I've tried, I did not like. And so many people have been asking me, like, what do you like about Amouage? How come you haven't mentioned Amouage? And I have. I've made several videos on them. But I do not like their fragrances. And it kind of comes to that point. I'm still down to try more, of course, right? Because maybe there's one I'm really going to enjoy. But it smells like a very mature house. Like, it smells like something that 40s and up, 50s and up wear. You know, I like, even with Reflection Man, which is supposed to be a mass appealing, gorgeous scent. And I've heard a lot of people sing its praises. But when I smelled it, I was like, not too wild. In fact, I did get a comment that it smelled like a taco, and not your Taco Bell taco, like when you're actually getting street tacos, like the corn tortilla, that smelled a little bit like that. So for me, not really a fan of any Amouage, and the rest kind of smelled like church pews. I was like, why would I want to wear this, you know? So not really a fan. Let's see. One layering combo I plan on trying soon is Hachivat with 100 Silent Ways. Hopefully, I potentially will be trying 100 Silent Ways in the near future. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. Have I tried Molecula 1 plus Mandarin? No, I have not. I just received Molecula 1. Parfums de Marley removed Lilio from Leighton, and the freshness in the opening fully disappeared, just the vanilla left. Oh, damn, really? When did they do that? Did they do that this year? Because, yeah, when I smelled the Leighton in late last year, it was the same as the one here, you know? So that's interesting. My fragrance of the day is Molecula 1, but I'm also testing Kajal Homme 2 on this wrist. I haven't tried Black Gemstone yet. Anyway, I have Goldfield and Bank samples if you want to review them. I'm so down! Degenerate, yes. I am down. The thing is, sometimes when I read people's like usernames because I want them to know I'm addressing them. Like, I remember when I was on TikTok live, this person kept commenting and their name was Baboon Pussy. And I was just like, why are you doing this to me? You know what I mean? I had like, it's just, on TikTok they have wild names and stuff, but it always cracks me up. But yes, I would love to try the Goldfield and Banks samples. If you have an Instagram, please DM me, because that's where I send everybody my P.O. box and all that sort of stuff. It's really sweet of you. Is the Drop Rosé still up there as a summer banger, or is Elysium just miles better? Elysium is my personal favorite. Like, that is something that I am subjectively drawn to. But if you were to ask me from like the standpoint of like no bias and with longevity, then I would say Cedrat Rosé performs a lot better than Elysium. But I just love the smell of Elysium so much, and every single time I wear it, it's just met with nothing but love. Same with Cedrat Rosé, but I just love Elysium on me, you know? It's real good. Okay. The extrait for Baccarat Rouge, I will be trying, Marcus. That was sent over to me by Markel, so I have to try that. They said, tried Dior Homme 2020, it's hella good. I haven't tried the 2020, no. No. It's good to use Molecula 1 with Elysium, the performance gets better. I actually mentioned that in the recent video that I just posted, that I will be trying that out. But I still, regardless, without Molecula 1, I still get good performance with Elysium on my skin. Now, I know that's definitely not the same for everybody. I feel like I'm an outlier in that situation, but I'm very happy that that fragrance latches onto my skin. Magandan umaga ganda. Oh my god, salamat. I understood that. I understood that, Jared. Hope you're doing well. If Molecula 1 in Mandarin is done anything like Mandarin Percival, it's a pass from me. Mandarin, the way it was utilized in Percival smelled like an old retiree due to my nose. Oh, damn, bro. Pie Neo. I haven't tried Pie Neo yet. All right, let's see. That's crazy. Would you wear Leighton on warm spring days? No. No. I mean, the spring here is pretty warm. Right now, for me, I would have to keep Leighton for nights or fall winter, just because there's other things I would rather wear when it's warm outside. Naxos is for blowing out backs. Exactly. That was in my blowout back video that I did. I love that. Where's the best place to best price to order samples. People have recommended Scent Split and Scentbird, but I wasn't a fan of Scent Split. There are people here though that love using it, so I mean it's all about where you're comfortable, but the purchases that I've made from that website have just been absolutely horrendous. And then when my girlfriend sent me something, that purchase too, like the bottles were still leaking. So I was like, or the little sample vials thing, like with coughed on, it was leaking and it was sticky. And I was like, it's just not, it was not good, you know. I haven't tried Himalaya, but I'm down to try it. I know Max Aroma has samples as well, but they mainly do the big samples, like the travel size, the 8 ml, which is solid as well. So it depends. Like if you only want the 1 ml, 2 ml, then you can go to Scent Split. If you want the big ones, you can look elsewhere. Ganymede. No, I haven't tried that. One fragrance for the rest of my life, what would it be? Oh man, I love Tuxedo. I love Elysium too. Oh, I love Afternoon Swim. Jeez. It depends where I'm at. Because Tuxedo is nice, but I haven't been using it in the daytime a lot, even though you've been seeing me go through that bottle. At nighttime, though, it's an automatic, like, spray for me. I'm just like, I love it. Molecule 01 is going to be up there. I'm going to tell you that right now. Especially, like, that's the cheapest fragrance out of the ones I just mentioned. $85 or less than $85 with, like, that discount site. But, like, for a full size, hell yeah. Hell yeah. And I mentioned in my video that it's like, well, I call it kind of like a Batman fragrance where it turns on and it turns off when you need it to. You know, when I'm inside, it's not that much of a beast. It stays up much closer to me, right? But when I was outdoors in the sun today, I could smell that thing and I was like, oh, it smells good. You know, it's like it knows when to calm down, which is really cool. Let's see. I haven't tried anything from Mazzaro. And yes, I agree, Jason. No, wait, you said Carlisle over Tuxedo. I thought you were talking about Leighton. You know what? I honestly wish more people would get Carlisle instead of Tuxedo so that there's more bottles of Tuxedo for me to get. Because Tuxedo keeps selling out. Please sell out Carlisle. Sell out Carlisle and leave me some Tuxedo. I'm going to just pin that comment so everybody gets Carlisle. But I still love Carlisle. It's a great performer. Okay, let's see. Dior Homme versus Homme Intense. I'm going to be totally real with you. I don't really care for either. And I'm not saying that they're bad, but I'm just saying they're kind of To my nose personally, I know that Dior Homme Intense can get some good reactions, and the main people that have told me that they're getting good reactions are people online. When I myself tested it, it got some love or got some but it wasn't like a fragrance people were so in love with. Now with Dior Homme, I did smell that. Well, maybe it's also because I associate that fragrance with my sister's boyfriend because he wears that scent. And it's nice, but I'm not like, damn, that shit smells good. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay. The only Dior that I really, really rock with that I love is Ombre Nuit. But that's a part of their private blend. Like, their feminine, their masculine standard line is so-so. Poison Girl is okay. I mean, I like that one. But but Ombre Nuit really does have my heart, so. And you know what? I haven't tried Sillage yet by Armaf. People have, ever since they saw my videos on Silver Mountain Water, they're like, well, can you compare it to Sillage? When I try it, trust me, I will. And then I will be totally honest with my opinion on it. Let's see. Oh, sorry, Jeff, what did you say? Azar was bought out by L'Oreal, same as Thierry Mugler. Oh, really? Okay. Okay, I haven't tried Renaissance by Chris Collins. I was gonna say Phil Collins. I haven't tried anything by Chris Collins. Okay, so what do I think of Ojon by Parfums de Marly? Similar compared to Carlisle. Carlisle, a million bajillion % over Ojon. I think Ojon is nice, and it does have that a little bit of an apple pie sort of smell, but it smells more like, in the air to me, it smells more like the pie dough than it does the actual apple pie. So for me, there was nothing really about it that I was like, oh, I really love this scent. I thought it was nice, but like if you compare it to Carlisle, Carlisle outshines it in my books. So, Tobacco Vanille or Rehab. Ooh. I do like Tobacco Vanille, but I love Rehab. Like, whenever I wear Rehab, I'm like, oh, this shit is so good. What I like about Tobacco Vanille is that it stays on me the whole entire time. I don't have to play hide and seek with the fragrance. I know it's there for 12 hours, but with not side effect, with Rehab, it sometimes will disappear and then it'll reappear. So it's a fragrance I can't overspray because I know, like, in an hour I'll be like, fuck, there it is. You know what I mean? And it really shows out. Right now I'm going to say Rehab just because if it was cold today, then I would say Tobacco Vanille. But I have worn... Rehab can be more wearable in my type of weather because it has those spices, but it's still a bit sweet. Oligarch versus Elysium, Elysium. Why do you never talk about Mercedes-Benz Club Black? This is your chance to talk about it. Have you not seen my several videos that I've made of it? Literally YouTube, Melissa National, Mercedes-Benz Club Black. And you'll see like 6 videos that I've done and compared it to other things like Pie by Givenchy and so forth. But in case you haven't seen those videos, I do love the fragrance, or I like the fragrance. I don't reach for it as much just because it doesn't stand out to me in comparison to other scents that I personally like to wear, but definitely for its price and the longevity that you get. It's like a vanilla benzoin fragrance. I remember one of my followers or my subscribers said, because I said that benzoin is pretty much vanilla that can fight. And somebody said vanilla takes back shots and benzoin gives them, and that's a great analogy pretty much. So it's both those things in a fragrance. And also, it's a sweet scent, and I live in warm weather, so, you know, not really too crazy about it. Where did you get your rope chain? This is from DBL Jewelry. She is a small business Filipina that sells jewelry online, and my sister saw her on TikTok, and my sister got one of her necklaces, and I was like, that shit's fire. I want one too. So for Black Friday, I got a couple, or I got, like, it was a layered set, but then I took out the other layer to it. Go big or go home. You know, baby, you know it. You know it. Let's see, stuck between Leighton and L'Homme Ideal EDP. What would you recommend for a high school junior? Oh, in Florida, bro? In Florida, L'Homme Ideal EDP. Just because of the scent profile. The smell itself, I like Leighton, but if you're in Florida, I mean, wear Leighton if you want to, but it's gonna get too sweet. Because I know it's humid and hot over there, so I wouldn't, like, if I lived in Florida, I would not rock Leighton as my signature scent. But I do like it as a better fragrance in comparison to L'Homme Ideal, for sure. Let's see. Hi, is CH Men Privé discontinued? I have not tried that one. I do know it's a boozy scent. So maybe you can look into, because you're asking for a good alternative. Jazz Club is a nice boozy scent. Side Effect is a bougie boozy scent. So I haven't yet. The Memoirs of Trespassar, I have not. I appreciate you sending over the samples, but I'm trying to work my way through bottles. Usually when I receive bottles, that's my priority. And I know you sent over the Encre Noir, but like I said in the beginning of this live, it's hard to test the smoky fragrance when I'm out in the sun a lot, you know, because I just don't want to get too nauseous with it. But let's see. Oof. I wore Leighton last summer here in SoCal, and it was way too much. Yeah. I agree with you, Jason. I would not wear Leighton as a summer fragrance. Summer nights, different story. If you're going into a lounge or a club and it's like 10 p.m., 11 p.m., 12 a.m., sure. But, like, wearing Leighton in warm weather is just a no-go. Yes, it's a lovely fragrance, but, like, it will get sickeningly sweet. Damn. This guy, Gamer X, says, don't buy Leighton. It's been cloned twice now. Buy whatever you want. If you want to get the clones, you can. And that's the reason, I guess, you know, people feel that way about Aventus. You know, they're like, there's so many clones, like, blah, blah, blah. So do whatever you want. Whatever makes you happy. If you like the originals and you want the brand name, get the brand name. If you just want a clone, go for the clone. But I have not smelled a clone of Leighton. Or if I have, it has not come close to Leighton. Let's see. Kong King says, it's all subjective with fragrances, obviously, but I recently got Ultra Male and I loved it. What do you not like about it specifically? Because I saw your TikTok where you said you loved it. Well, if you saw my recent YouTube video that I made about it, because that TikTok was made a year ago, more than a year ago, right? And my opinion has definitely changed since then. And it's just a sickeningly sweet fragrance. It's heavy on the vanilla. And even, like, not even during the dry down too, but it's a long lasting fragrance. That's what I give it. But it's just too sweet for me. It's headache inducing. And that's the thing that I don't like about it. I also mentioned in that video that that's when I was very new to fragrances, and I saw online that so many people were liking it. So I was trying to force myself to love that fragrance because I didn't hate it, but I was like, I still didn't understand why it was getting so much love. So I'm like, you know what? I have to like this because there has to be a reason why I'm the only one not liking this fragrance. And I was trying to convince myself that I loved it. And I'm sure for, like, you know, a certain amount of time I liked it, but I wasn't too crazy about it. And then after like months with like trying it, I was like, yeah, fuck this. I just got worse and worse and worse every single time. And it's funny because even when I had girls smell it, they did not give a fuck about that fragrance. In fact, like with my sister, she got nauseous with it. She was like, this is gross. Like she hated the scent. But guys liked it. Like when her boyfriend smelled it, he was like, oh yeah, this is good. It's one of those fragrances that, to me, guys will like on other guys, or guys think girls like, but girls don't actually like it. At least that's my experience with it. I'm sure there's ladies out there that love it. Like you said, scent is subjective. Jason said, I've never had a chick like Ultra Male. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Try Pegasus later with Baccarat 540. Down. I'm down. I actually gave my sample of Pegasus to my sister because she doesn't really rock it as much anymore, but to me it smells very feminine, doesn't it? Like, when I smelled Pegasus, I was like, is this a woman's fragrance? And then they were like, it was marketed as a men's, so it was interesting. Hey, what's going on? Beach Conga. I live in Florida and I rock Kajal Lamar as my beach scent. What do you think? I love Lamar. I do, but to me it's a sweet pineapple gourmand fragrance, so I wouldn't wear it to the beach because it's a bit too sweet. I would prefer something fresh, but if you like it, wear it. Have I tried Reflection Man? Yes, I talked about it in the beginning of this. I talked about the M Wash house in general that I've tried, and I don't like anything from M Wash that I have tested. The mayor of Detroit says, I don't like Ultra Male at all. Okay. It's probably true because I like it as a male, but not too sure about women. They say it's really sweet, but I like sweet fragrances. Hey, if you like it, that's what matters. That's what matters right there. Have I tried Harrod? Yeah, I have tried a Harrod. I mean, I like it, but I'm not crazy about it. The first time I tried it, I absolutely hated it. I didn't understand the fragrance, and then later on it clicked. And hold on, should I turn on the light? Tell me if you guys like the light. Oh. Tell me if you like the light better. But when I did try Harrod, hated it, and then I started to like it. But it was still like kind of a so-so fragrance, and then I wanted to test if it was Pound Town Galore worthy. If you saw my video on that, you know what I'm talking about. And then right when I was getting closer to my girlfriend, she like stopped me. She was like, I hate that smell. So she hates it. She is revolted by Harrod. So Halfeti. That one is an interesting fragrance for sure. Definitely dressed up, high class. It smells like roses and leather. Very BDSM, no I'm playing, but it's a great, like, definitely unique, bold sort of fragrance. Definitely smells fancy as hell. I haven't tried Dior Homme Parfum. Let's see. Got a sample of Harrod. I loved it at first, but after a while, I started to strongly dislike it. Interesting. Another thing I've noted is, because I've tested Harrod around with people around me, right? And yeah, like, there were some girls that kind of liked it, but none of them loved it as much as people were saying online. You know what I mean? And maybe that's just because of the area that I'm in. But because I've heard they're like, oh yeah, this is amazing, blah, blah, blah. But with the reactions that I've gotten, it hasn't. And that's not, it's, yes, there's my skin chemistry, right? But I'm talking about even on my sweater. Like when I remove my sweater and I sprayed it on my sweater and even in the air, they didn't really give a fuck about it. So very interesting. Roberto, what's going on? Hey, discovered you today, and I've watched like 5 vids already. Let's go. Thanks for the love and support to everybody that's checked out my channel and watches my stuff. You guys are awesome. Okay, Wifey540 says Chanel fragrances. I don't really fuck with Chanel fragrances. At least the ones that I've tried. I mean, Chanel Allure Edition Blanche is nice. Like, it's a nice scent. So is Bleu de Chanel. But the feminine fragrances in the standard designer line didn't... Wow, thanks, Dave. Bro, that's really nice. Wow. Thanks for the tip. That's... Aw. Made my day. You're so sweet. Thank you. What was I saying? Took my breath away, Dave. Wow. But yeah, the Chanel fragrances, the private blends haven't tried yet, but the feminine ones, bro, those to me just smelled a bit, they're traditional, but also outdated at the same time, the smell of them. I think if people didn't know they were Chanel and they were smelling them, they wouldn't really care too much. But of course, brand can influence a lot of things. But yeah, Bleu de Chanel, I like, but I prefer Blanche over that one. Thanks, Dave. Let's see. Found Naxos for $170. Should I get it? If you're down, yeah. Just as long as you trust the site, bro, like, cop it. Nice, nice. Halfeti is very leathery, in my opinion. Smells like inside of a Bentley, which may be a good thing. You know what? I could see that. Definitely when I tested out Halfeti, I immediately, because I was just wearing like my everyday clothes, and I'm like, damn, I should be wearing something more exquisite with this sort of scent, you know, so you definitely have to dress that one up, in my opinion. Grand Soir was very underwhelming. All good. I did like Grand Soir in the fall. Like, it was a nice, cozy sort of scent, and I got amazing reactions with it. And I like it, but I'm not too crazy about it. Like, it's not one of my favorite fragrances, but it definitely did the job when I was out with it. Like, people loved that shit on me. And I was like, oh, okay. Wow. Cool. Stop. Tom Ford Lost Cherry. Honestly, it's a bit syrupy to me, so I don't really like it. It's like, I don't want to say Robitussin, but it smelled more like an artificial cherry syrup, and I wasn't a fan of it. I like Soleil Blanc. Yes, I do. I've talked about that before, but you know what? Maybe I have to revisit that, because if you're ever curious about the fragrances, like my opinion on them, YouTube my name and the name of the fragrance, and if I have smelled it, the review is there, or I'll do an updated version of it. But that's a good way to check to see my opinion on things. I do like Invictus. Keanu, yes, I do. No, Joe, not yet. The Le Exclusive line of Chanel. That's their private blend, correct? Yeah, that's the one that I mentioned that I have not, haven't tried any of their stuff yet. But people have mentioned Le Lion, Coromandel, of course. There was another one, like it was a number. Can't remember. I'm getting Drop Was 8 today. A quick review, please. Kenny. Oh, hold on one sec. Thanks for the you guys are so sweet, man. Thank you. Leonora, thank you. You're very, very sweet. But to Drop Was a very fruity fragrance, dries down with a woody base, okay? Like, we're talking, to me, it smells like the kind of fruity, like when you walk into Jamba Juice and you're like, wow, that's what it smells like to me. But the scent trail, amazing. Fantastic. All right, let's see. Thank you for the tip. You guys are just sending lots of love. Okay, let's see. Opinion on Versace Eros. Let's see. Versace Eros, I gave to my 18-year-old cousin, who was a freshman in college. And he likes it. He really likes it. And I think it's fun for that sort of age. And you know what? Even if you're older, I think Versace Eros is a fragrance that you would wear that would remind you of your youth. Where you're like, I remember when I did this. And would I do that again? No, but I'm glad I did it in my youth. You know what I mean? So mint, apple, vanilla fragrance. Let's see. Chanel women's fragrances are great for if you like smelling like an old lady, which I do, and I'm in my 20s, but my mom in her 50s won't touch them because she doesn't want to smell dated. I understand that. Yeah. And I totally agree with what Samantha said there. You are spot on. You're spot on. Encre Noir Sport Hidden Gem. Okay, gem. Let's see. Top Inicio fragrances you've smelled. Big fan, by the way. Thanks, Jedalia. I'm sorry, I butchered your name. Only Side Effect and Rehab. I have smelled a total of 5 Anicio fragrances only. Musk Therapy was one of them. Addictive Vibrations, Absolute Aphrodisiac, and the 2 that I mentioned previously. And the 3, just, nah. Like, I didn't like Musk Therapy. I did not like Addictive Vibrations and Absolute Aphrodisiac. I just was like, no. They were all right. And, like, for me, when I smell a scent, I'm like, okay, let me test this more and see how it is. When you usually hear me say that in videos, that means I'm not really a fan of it right now. Plain and simple. But, of course, I don't want to exactly say that yet because, you know, I might grow to like it. There have been some times, right? But, yeah, that's how I felt, actually, with Royal Oud. I gave my opinion on Royal Oud, and I think it's attractive to a certain demographic of people. But I had a couple people come to smell that one, and the first words out of their mouth were, ew, I hate that. So, very interesting reactions. Do I like Idol? No, not really. It's nice, but forgettable, in my opinion. The fragrances like Idol and La Vie est Belle, Miss Dior, are just so, like, they serve their purposes, but it's like they smell literally like a typical woman's perfume that, to me, it's hard to differentiate them, you know, and I just don't really care for them as much. There's nothing about them like Mon Guerlain and C Intense, the black bottle, where I'm like, oh shit, they smell good, you know? Royal Oud smells like bean sprouts. You got bean sprouts, bro? No, it smelled like a bunch of spicy woods to me. But yeah, you can check out that video if you want. King, she has a video on that. Thank you, Bulbasaur. Appreciate you. Rolling in Love, Elmac. I haven't tried that one. I've tried Love, Don't Be Shy. That's good. That's a good one. Which do you prefer out of these 2? Spice Bomb versus Club Black. Well, they're very different in my opinion. Are you talking about Spice Bomb Extreme? Between Spice Bomb Extreme and Mercedes-Benz Club Black, I'm going to go Spice Bomb Extreme. Even with the original Spice Bomb versus Mercedes-Benz Club Black, I'll go the original Spice Bomb. Royal Oud, in my opinion, is not that pleasant. Like, when it enters the nose, it gives me a bad taste. Smells like old money. I understand that. I don't get the same smell that you do, but I know what you mean by when you smell it. It's something that you kind of have to get used to. So for me, I just don't really like that one as much. And whenever, well, like I said, when I've had people smell it, they hated it. Do I like Armani Code Absolute? I haven't tried that yet. I really want to. Okay, let's see. You threw Royal Oud away, Kenny? Okay. Carlisle is so good. I know you love Carlisle. I know you do. It's the reason why the Carlisle sales were high. I'm just playing. Yes, what notes do you love? I love cardamom, truly. But I like a boozy bourbon vanilla, like the one in Tuxedo is really, really good. Lychee and feminine fragrances has me weak in the knees, bro. Like, whenever I smell lychee, just that juicy, fruity exoticness, I'm just really drawn to it. Carlisle is my signature, and it's fire. You got a great taste. You have got great taste, John. That's what I meant to say. Carlisle is fire. For me, Carlisle, then Leighton. And then, well, you know what? Delina is a banger. Like, Delina and Meliora do not come to play with the Parfums de Marly feminine scents. Like, those 2 slap. They're so, so good. So, if anybody's looking for a feminine Parfums de Marly scent, Delina or Meliora, you'll be solid. Tom Ford or Ombre Leather is what got me into fragrances. I've been wanting to test that on my skin, and when I do, believe me, I'll make a video. I still have to make a video on this Noir Extreme that was sent over by Markel. Okay, so I'm a young bi guy, and I would really like a fragrance that attracts and is appealing to both guys and girls. I would like people to follow my scent trail. Pie by Givenchy, even though it's a close encounter type of fragrance, if you overspray it, it has a great scent trail. Like, whenever I've worn that, people have loved it. But also Stronger With You by Armani gets great reactions from literally everybody. Spice Bomb Extreme is another one that does the same thing, but yeah, you know what? I would do that then. Spice Bomb Extreme and I just heard something outside and now I forgot the first fragrance I mentioned. What was it? Spice Bomb Extreme and what? Shit. I can't. What did I say? A Stronger With You by Armani. There you go. Yeah. There it is. Wearing pie today, it's so good. I actually did spray pie here just because I was testing it, and it still smells so good. It smells, and you literally said that, Leah. You said wearing pie today, it's so good. I agree. Naxos, Carla, and Yoram Intense ranked all good. My name is hard to say. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's how you would rank it, or you want me to rank it? If I were to rank it, Carlisle, Naxos, Dior Intense. Yeah. I haven't tried Kim Kardashian fragrances. Grab the sample of Ombre Nuit. It's very nice. Just need to figure out how to increase the projection. Well, you can overspray if you want to. Spray it on your clothes. Definitely spray it on your clothes. But it is a soft fragrance. Like if you're trying... Maybe you can try with Molecule 01. But then that would require you buying another fragrance, you know? So I get the hesitation. Hi. Someone says good evening. Lafayette, Saint, Bond number 9. Saint Street. Lafayette. I haven't tried that yet. I would love to try that though. Okay. He needs inhaled Dior Sauvage. Dear, so stop it. Dramatic over here. Hi, cutie. Hello. How are you? Have you tried Imperial Amber Oud by Peter Jacobs? I haven't yet. Yes, I love. Have I ever tried Libre Intense? Not Libre Intense. I've only smelled Libre on a test strip, the original. But I need to try that on my skin because it was pretty forgettable to me on the test strip. Tina said, I just purchased pie and spice mom stream today. I've been on the hunt for a tuxedo since forever. Man. Tina, if you come across tuxedo, you let me know. Because, I mean, I'm flying through my bottle. I know you haven't been hearing me talk about it a lot, but that does not mean I don't use it. Like, I am using that shit constantly. Creed Love and White. I haven't tried that, but I heard that was Princess Diana's signature scent. What fragrance you smell most on people? Dior Sauvage, Bleu de Chanel, Chance by Chanel, Coco Mademoiselle by Chanel. And to be honest, like, all the Chanel start smelling the same to me. Flower Bomb was another one that I've smelled a lot. But yeah, those two, Dior Sauvage and Bleu de Chanel, are literally everywhere. Everywhere. And of course, wear what you want to. And I think when I smelled Dior Sauvage recently on a guy, I was like, and you know what? No, I smelled it again. I went to get sushi last week, and our server was wearing Dior Sauvage. And I was just like, oh, it's everywhere. Everywhere. Your hair is so gorgeous. I love it. Thank you. Elia Nora. Thank you. You need to try Ungaro por L'Homme. Down. Opinion on Eros versus Eros Flame. Okay, so here's the thing with Eros Flame. I love the original, right? And my cousin actually rocks Eros Flame as a signature scent. And I remember I was in his room and I saw the bottle and I was like, hey, can I smell that on you? And he was like, sure. And this is what he did. He sprayed it on his forearm, and before like it could even rest or I could smell it, he did this, and then he went and he started playing that shit like a violin, and then he held his arm out like that to me. And I was like, bro, you don't rub it in. He's like, no, if I rub it in, it lasts all day. And this is like, he didn't know that I review he still doesn't know that I review fragrances. But yeah, I was like, fuck. So I don't consider that an accurate smell of the fragrance because it was rubbed in, like literally just like pounded into his arm. I was like, all right. But I do love the original. And the only other time I tried Eros Flame was on a test strip. And we all know that's not as accurate, right? Try Ascento. I was sent that one. Where'd it go? I don't know where I put it. I think it's somewhere behind me. But then I think it was Markel that sent me that one. Playing that shit like a violin. He did, Jeff. He did. Let's see. Tressar, Lancome. I haven't tried that one. If y'all, Flower Bomb's disgusting. I love Flower Bomb though. But I get it. Like, let's say you went out and you smelled your favorite fragrance on somebody else. Would that kind of make, like, at least, like for me, if I went out and I smelled tuxedo on somebody else, I'd be like, fuck, you know what I mean? It'd make me not really want to wear it as much because I smelled it on somebody else in public. You know what I mean? That's, I guess, the reason why I don't wear as many. I still love designer scents, like the private blend ones, but I just don't want to chance me smelling like another person in the room with a fragrance, you know? If I can avoid that, I would. What did you order at In-N-Out? You have a bomb tasting fragrances, by the way. Thank you, Stone Agency Music. I ordered a pink lemonade with a cheeseburger with grilled onions and chopped chilies. That's the deal. Let's see. Tried Noir Stream and it smells so expensive. That one I only tried on a test strip and it kind of smelled a little bit like powder to me. So I need to try that on my skin. Most definitely. Have I gotten compliments for wearing Prada Black? I think I got one, but it's definitely a fragrance I prefer smelling on other people. Like I gifted that fragrance to my sister's boyfriend and she loves that on him. And I mean, he smells great. It's definitely it has a nice projection, nice scent trail. He smells fantastic. On myself, I wasn't too crazy about it though, but it still smelled good. Moschino fragrances, have not tried that yet. Let's see, got a decant of Tuxedo after watching videos and it's awesome, a little more feminine leaning than I thought, but I think that's what makes it better. You know what, Casey, that's very interesting because with Tuxedo, there are people that tell me like, oh no, it's a really masculine scent, right? And to me, it definitely goes to me a little bit more masculine than feminine. But then I'll get comments like yours and even others that are like, oh no, this is a feminine scent. But it's marketed as unisex, but it definitely to the ladies is just killer. It's my favorite. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm looking for an off-brand Creed Aventus that costs under $90. What do I get? Oh my gosh, Bulbasaur. Club de Nuit Intense Man. Get Club de Nuit Intense Man. Better performance. Yes, the pineapple is a bit synthetic smelling, but it's a scent trail, projection type of fragrance. Literally every single person I've put Club de Nuit Intense Man on has loved it, and they have come back to me saying that girls are going crazy over the fragrance on them. It's like because my sister's boyfriend bought that one from my link, and he got it for like $32, but now I think it's around like $45 or something. I have a link for that one in my videos. If you type my name in, and then even type in Creed Aventus versus Club de Nuit Intense Man, it's a recent video that I did. You'll find it in the description. But like, I think that is a great alternative to Aventus, and like more than a third of the price, like less than a third of the price. Aventus goes for like $350 or $550. That one's like a $45 fragrance for a full size. My first perfume was Cool Water. It was a gift when I was 13, when I became a teenager. So Drop Rosé or Club de Nuit Intense Man. On myself, Drop Rosé because my sister's boyfriend got Club de Nuit Intense Man. But I will say when I wore Club de Nuit Intense Man and I tested that, girls loved it. Like, loved it. I like, in my sweater, in my neck, like it was just getting nothing but love. So take that as you will. So Drop Rosé, same thing, but I know that Club de Nuit Intense Man is half the price of Cedrat Rosé, so just keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. That's what I'm saying. I gotta get my water, y'all. I finished that pink lemonade. I brought David off Hot Water. They don't have a fragrance called Hot Water, do they? And I know if that sounds naive, it's because I really don't know much about David Off besides Cool Water. I don't really like Scentbird as much because when I tried them, well, this is my experience. When I tried them, they only had like a very, very select amount of fragrances to try. Because I remember that they reached out to me. They're like, would you like to try some of our things? And I was like, sure. And I would look up fragrances and everything that I wanted was either sold out or just not in stock. And I was like, shit. So like I ended up getting like my 17th, 20th choices of what I wanted to try. But they come in like a good sample size. But I feel like if you already buy and you become like a member of Scentbird, right, then it unlocks more for you. So maybe like if you do that, it's a much better bet. Just saw this yesterday. Which one? Had no idea it was a thing. Which one? Hot Water? Really? Haven't tried that. Need to try Portrait of a Lady and Must. Yeah, I do have to try those. I heard that Portrait of a Lady is a rosy type of scent. And I have a feeling I'm not going to like it as much. That's just my feeling. I have not smelled it at all. But usually when something is rose dominant, it's very hard for me to not like associate it as a mature type of fragrance. Carlisle versus Rehab. Carlisle. Moschino. Yeah, Moschino is Moschino. Oh, Moschino. All right, cool. Thank you for correcting me on that. Decant X and Decant Boutique. Boom. There you go. Al Mac helped you out with that one right there. Have I tried any of the light blue flankers? If so, you should try light blue forever for men and for women. I'm down. I love the Intense. The Intense is my favorite. Recommended over all the OGs. The women's Intense is just incredible. And I always recommend even guys to wear the women's Intense version because the men's smells like a typical shower gel. There is really nothing about it that is amazing. But the women's has that little bit of sexiness that's super unisex. How do I spray cologne? Check out my videos on that. I did a video on how I applied a fragrance to keep the perfect scent bubble. I think that's the exact title. How I spray a fragrance to make the perfect scent bubble. Exactly that. Yes, Matthew, I am down to try Comme des Garçons fragrances. What's a fragrance that wouldn't bug anyone? Like, I think that the guy sits next to me. Hold on. The guy that sits next to you, what? Said your cologne was too strong, you were in Club de Nuit. Honestly, the Molecule one that I've got on right now is pretty inoffensive. Ooh, Lazy Sunday Morning is a great inoffensive scent. Great inoffensive scent. All right, let me see what else we got here. A couple more questions before I go eat, y'all. Defy greatness. Love your content. Thank you. My day feels incomplete if I don't start by watching a new video from you. Maybe it's a Filipino connection. You are so sweet, Salamat. I appreciate you. I love you. That means a lot to me. It's very sweet. Prada L'Homme. Okay, I do like Prada L'Homme. If that is a suggestion to the guy that's looking for an inoffensive scent, I will say Prada L'Homme can be a bit strong to some people. Definitely. Like, even though it's a fresh fragrance and you think it's inoffensive, like, yes, the smell itself is inoffensive because it's a luxurious fabric softener sort of smell, but it definitely projects. So that might kind of put people off if you're working side by side. I've only tried like Bond Number 9, Shelter Island, and I didn't like it. Juliet has a gun fragrances to me. None of them, I've tried like the Discovery set, none of them were full size worthy at all, in my opinion. Jo Malone fragrances are nice, but not worth it, in my opinion. And the longevity is kind of trash at the same time. The ones that I've tried, and that includes the Myrrh and Tonka, that a lot of people seem to love. So, wasn't a fan. And I haven't tried Absolute by Armani Code. I'd love to. All right, everybody. Well, I am going to eat. Thank you so much for tuning into this live. If you have any questions for me, you can leave it in the comment section or DM me on Instagram. I do my best to reply to every DM, but it's a bit hard. But yeah, thanks for all the love and the support for the channel. And if you have any recommendations or you want to see any sort of videos, comment them, or first of all, look up to see if I made that video first, and then comment, But yeah, I appreciate the love, and I'll see you later, okay? Bye.